You're listening to Smart Money with JP Mars. Let's make your money work for you.
Hello and welcome back to Smart Money. I'm Albert, and as always, I'm here with the brilliant Natalia. Natalia, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Albert. It feels, fresh, right? A clean slate. Did you make any resolutions?
Oh, the usual. Eat healthier, read more books, and of course, take a good hard look at my finances, which is, perfect for our first episode of the year.
Exactly. It's the one resolution everyone should have. And I think people hear new year, new financial plan, and they freeze. It sounds so huge and intimidating.
Right. They think they have to become a Wall Street trader overnight. But it's not about that at all. It's about small, smart steps. So where do we start? What's step one?
Yeah, a financial review of last year. You can't plan a road trip if you don't know where you're starting from. You need to sit down and actually see where your money went.
That's such a good point. A lot of banking apps now have those end-of-year spending reports, and they can be eye-opening. I found out I spent, and I'm not proud of this, nearly $700 on just coffee.
Oof. See, but that's not about feeling guilty. It's about having data. Now you know, okay, maybe that's an area I can trim a little. Maybe make coffee at home a few more times a week. It's just information. Exactly. You've turned a mountain into a series of small, climbable hills. And you can apply that to anything. Paying off debt, I will pay off my $3,000 credit card bill in 6 months. Or investing, I will open a Roth IRA and contribute $50 every month.
Okay, so we've got looking back and setting specific goals. I feel like we should talk about the big three, the things that trip people up the most: budgeting, debt, and savings.
Yes, let's start with budgeting. I hate that word, by the way. It feels so restrictive, like a diet.
Me too. I prefer to call it a spending plan. It's not about telling yourself no, it's about telling your money where to go. You're the boss.
I love that. A spending plan. So you look at your income, your fixed expenses like rent and utilities, and then you decide how much goes to goals like that emergency fund and how much is left for flexible spending like groceries, gas, and fun.
And fun is important. You have to budget for fun or you'll burn out and just give up.
So true. Okay, what about debt? Especially after the holidays, a lot of people are looking at some scary credit card statements.
Exactly. You pay the minimum on everything else and you throw every extra dollar you have at that high interest monster until it's gone. Then you take all the money you were paying on that one and roll it onto the next one. It creates momentum.
It really does. It feels so good to cross one off the list. Okay, so that brings us to the third piece, savings. We talked about a specific goal, like an emergency fund. Why is that so foundational?
Because life happens. The car breaks down. The water heater explodes. An emergency fund is what keeps a minor inconvenience from becoming a major financial disaster that throws you right back into debt.
It's your safety net.
It's the ultimate safety net. Aim for 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account where you can get to it easily, but not, so easily you'll spend it on a whim.
Right. Okay, this is all great stuff, but it still sounds like a lot of work, a lot of willpower. Is there a way to make it easier? And you can do it for everything. Automate your bill payments so you're never late. Automate your extra debt payments. Automate your investment contributions. You're removing the need to make a good decision every single time because you already made one good decision once.
It's like having your own personal financial assistant who never gets tired. Okay, so that's a ton of great practical advice. Let's do a quick recap for everyone. This is fantastic, Natalia. We've covered saving, budgeting, debt, but what about growing your money? We mentioned investing briefly, but for someone who has their emergency funds set up and is ready for the next step, where do they even begin? The stock market sounds just as intimidating as budgeting used to.
Let's do it. First, look back before you look forward. Do a no-judgment review of last year's spending. That's the perfect next step, Albert. And you're right, it can feel like a private club with a secret language. But the core idea is simple. You're buying a tiny piece of a company, and you believe that company will grow over time. The easiest way to get started is not by picking individual stocks, but by using something called an index fund or an ETF.
Second, set specific, measurable goals. Not just save more, but save X amount by Y date. Index funds. I've heard that term. It's like buying a basket of stocks instead of just one, right? So you're diversified automatically.
Third, tackle the big three. Create a spending plan, not a budget. Attack high-interest debt first, and build that emergency fund safety net.
And finally, the magic trick, automate everything. Make your good habits happen without even thinking about it.
That's it. It's not about perfection, it's just about starting, one small step at a time.
Well said, Natalia. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Smart Money.
Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next week with more tips to make your money work for you.
Have a great week, everyone.